Twitter launches a new feature called Twitter Circle that lets you tweet to a smaller group of audience instead of it being a public tweet. WhatsApp rolls out its first end-to-end shopping experience within the app through its partnership with Reliance Jio in India. In our Web3 news this week, we also have all the details, dates, and information that you need to know about the big Ethereum merge that's happening in September 2022. All this and much more coming up in this week's edition of the Connected Church News with me, Nachi Lazarus. Welcome. This is a show that brings you the top 5 digital, social media, and Web3 news you need to know for this week in just 5 minutes. Let's get started. Twitter launched a new feature called Twitter Circle that lets you tweet to a smaller group of audience instead of the entire public. Now, this is Twitter's version of Facebook groups kind of thing, where you can add 150 people to your inner circle and you can tweet to them. If you use Twitter as a non-profit or a ministry, then maybe you can add your closest donors or supporters or board of advisors or in any way like that, people who are close to your ministry, and you can tweet only to them. Very interesting feature. Do have a look. Twitter also announced that they are integrating podcasts into Spaces, which is naturally audio only, kind of a feature within Twitter. So it makes sense, but it's interesting how they have structured it. The way they have designed it is very good. So people will be able to listen to podcast in the Spaces tab. If they follow you, your podcast will show up as a recommendation. Meta released a couple of interesting announcements about Horizon World VR. First is the airing of an immersive comedy VR show called Surrounded, which will air and be released on Meta Quest 2 headsets on September the 9th. So it's interesting to see how Meta is getting into the content production space and combining it with the metaverse plans that they have for the company. Being Meta's production, it will also be available on Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger. Do have a look at the details. It's nice to see this trend evolving. The second announcement is about Horizon Worlds expanding to more countries in Europe, especially to France and Spain. But it's going to be only in English for the moment, but the expansion in Europe is happening as announced by Meta. We will link to all the details in the show notes. Have a look. YouTube released key insights about how people use the Playback Speed feature within the platform. This is a trend that you as a non-profit or ministry might want to pay attention to, because it is interesting to see how people are starting to prefer speed variation when they watch videos on YouTube. YouTube says that most people prefer to change the speed. In fact, most people prefer to have videos play at a faster speed. And the speed which people seem to prefer seems to be 1.5x. That is the speed that people choose more often, according to YouTube, followed by 2x. So when you deliver your message for your YouTube audience, you might want to keep this in mind and maybe deliver your message a little bit slowly, so that even when people speed up and they want to watch a video quickly, you are not running too fast. You are still being legible to them. Something for you to think of as a non-profit or a ministry. WhatsApp has announced that they are rolling out for the first time an end-to-end shopping experience that will happen within the app. This is first being rolled out in India with their partnership with Reliance Jio. So Reliance has a online shopping mart called Jio Mart, which is being integrated into WhatsApp. So what people will do is they just have to send a message to that GeoMart WhatsApp number. For example, just say hi, and the conversation will start, and GeoMart will start showing the catalogs, the products, which you can select right within the app and complete the payment using UPI without even leaving the app. So it's an end-to-end shopping experience that's being rolled out. I think WhatsApp is testing that with India, and eventually this model will be rolled out across the globe. So an interesting announcement. In our Web3 news today, we have all the details, dates, and information related to the big Ethereum merge that the entire industry is talking about. Ethereum, as you know, is the second biggest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin, and it is a blockchain blockchain that hosts multiple apps and lots of transactions happening there. This merge has been in the news for a while, but now in September 2022, it will finally happen as quickly as the second or third week of September. And with this merge, the back end of this blockchain will change so much that it will become faster, it will be more scalable, and more importantly, more energy efficient, which is what everybody is looking forward to, because there are lots of assets and lots of action happening on the Ethereum platform, which has a lot of potential for the Web3 space. So do take a look at all the details that we have linked to in the show notes. Do you have any questions or thoughts or comments about any of the stories? Then please DM me at Nachi Lazarus on Instagram or on Twitter. My team and we will make sure we get you all the answers, especially if you are thinking about the Ethereum merge. What is it and what does it mean for me as a ministry and so on? Then do send us your questions. We'll make sure we get you the answers. You can also look at all the source links and details in the description section of all the stories, and you can find the details on our news page as well, nachilazarus.com/news. Do check it out. I'll see you next week with another set of news items. Until then, you stay connected, stay blessed. God bless you. Bye-bye.